Greetings, Tube of the You and Tube of the Me. How you doing there? I hope you're doing very well wherever you're to in the world. And thank you so much for, excuse me for playing my cuffs here. It's very rude, isn't it? I'll do it in a minute after I said hello. So this is, I'm Paul Murphy, and two things to establish. One, I'm Paul Murphy, and two, I'm so grateful to you for sparing your time with me on this video. The reason I'm chuckling is because I'm sure everyone says that on videos and everything, and well, you would need to take it from me. This is more to new viewers if you just come across me than people that have been following me for a while. I sincerely appreciate the time that you're spending here. My advice to you, this is a human being for reasons I'm not going to go into here. By the time you get to watch this, it may well have already been publicised, I don't know. If you are logging on to this, thank you so much. Bear with me for about another one more minute. Do something else at the same time though, if you can. I'm not that enthralling to look at. And so if you're able to hug your children or just have it on the other side and everything, I'm telling you straight, believe me, please maximise every second of your life. Okay, that was the serious stuff out of the way, and what can I tell you about myself? Well, I look like this, and if I put my hands in front of my face, I look like this. Was that a surprise? Oh. I have in my time been an author and a singer, a songwriter, a musician, a freelance aardvark tickler. It's a very dangerous job. And more importantly to me, I've been a father. It is, I think it's the 14th of December 2022 today. I'm just about to cough, I do apologise for this. Oh, well, you see, I don't tell any lies, do I? I'm going to, I can't remember which one of the ones I introduced myself as first there, but somewhere on the list was author, and this is my book called A Christmas Carol. No, not that one, a different one. And I thought since it's coming up to Christmas time, I would make a series of YouTube videos of me sitting and reading. If you're in the UK, think back to Val Doonican. I'm not going to sing Little Arrows to you. Well, maybe I will do. I need some glasses. Oh, would you believe it? They're always out of reach. Where's a member of the Fantastic Four when you need him? Look at the cover of the book, because I make grimaces as I bend down to pick my glasses up. I'm sparing you a sight that no mortal eyes should see. Hello, I'm back again. I can see I'm looking in the wrong place now. There you are, over there. So the viewfinder points one way and one's eyes naturally go towards it. Right, for the hard of hearing, I should be reading a lot of this in Braille. Dot, dot, stroke, straight line, dash, dash. Right, so Chris, oops, sorry about that, Mr. Tripod. See how apologetic I even apologise to the tripod. I just checked the background here so that you've got a Christmas tree there, lights flashing, and you've got some video footage, or I've got video footage of my children there. So I have all these objects in the background. You won't get this on the rest of the videos, I promise. So chapter 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. I'll just leap straight in. But I always like to think that whatever I'm doing on these, with no offence to anyone else in the world who logs on to this, but I like to think I'm performing or reading to my children, and I'm just checking that I can see all the objects in the background that I have of them. Right, where did we get to? Well, we didn't get anywhere because I haven't started yet, have I? So, A Christmas Carol, brackets, no, not that one, a different one, close brackets, Paul Murphy. ISBN, :97987 026797778. Imprint danger 3. Shall I bypass all this bit? Right, then it says again, the dedication to my wonderful children, Dylan and Emily Jade. past, present and future. I love you, Daddy. 17th of January 2022. Although that's not the date today, that's the date that I wrote the dedication. Contents. So, stave 1. It's all written in very oldie-worldy fonts, which is not the best idea I've ever had in my life for some of my dodgy eyesight. There you go. Can you read that for me? Save me the effort. Stave 1, in which Mr. Ebenezer Scrooge and Mr. Bob Scratchit are introduced along with some supporting players. Mr. Tockleworth and Mr. I need to find it where it's written in a different font. I think it says Bubblewick. Correct me if I'm wrong later on. Yeah, I'm so sorry about this. I need to keep disappearing down. Making some bad noises. It's a health issue on a serious note. Right. Are you sitting comfortably? 5 minutes we've been watching this and you haven't said a single word yet. But it's coming. Was that in tune? No, would you believe it? Got me harmonica stuck on. I was going to play you some opening guitar notes to lead you in. 'Twas Christmas Eve morn, and all was quiet, well, except for the flatulence in the sailors' quarter, which could be heard as far away as Hounslow, and cooked several pigeons as they flew above. Down a bleak deserted Streatham Street dogs howled their rage at the oncoming dusk. Rats screeched their ire at the snow that blocked their runs, and in smog-enshrouded doorways babies coughed in unison like Stevenson's rocket. It was a poor substitute for carol singers, but sheet music prices had risen this year. And at least the impoverished got to use it for actual sheets at night as well. In the dankest part of the street, a couple of Germans lived. I haven't read this since January, apart from one chap that I did the other day. Dankest. That's an internal pun. I'm sure you got it in a Dankeschön. And further down from that, in the coldest, dirtiest, darkest, most inhospitable corner stood a desolate, decrepit building. Its shades were drawn, and a poor drawing of them it was too. The woodwork was so frayed and fractured that Woodworm had put a house exchange wanted sign in the window, which was cracked and broken, and allowed the wind to hurtle through. It was the chap pant style of window pane. And above it all creaked an ominous aging wooden sign. E. Scrooge. We soon get on to the funny bits, but I just wanted to set the scene in a dramatic tone of font. Through the soot-pockmarked snow trudged two men, side by side, one on the left, one on the right. They stopped at the door and paused, one on the left, one on the right. "Should we really try here of all places, Mr. Tockleworth?" asked the man on the right. "Why are you asking yourself questions, Mr. Tockleworth?" asked the man on the left. "I'm a firm believer in rehearsals," he replied. "But I fear, Mr. Cubblewick, that we will have no joy here. This is the establishment of Ebenezer Scrooge, the meanest, most malodorous malcontent in all of London, if not the country." "Which country?" "What? Which country? You did not specify." "Well, this country, of course. I'm hardly going to mean Switzerland, am I? What, you think I would say the meanest, malodorous malcontent in all of London, if not Bogota? I have no idea what your hobbies are." "It's not a hobby." "Well, if it's a career, you're not doing very well at it." "Anyway, even if you did mean England, it's hardly a relevant statement, is it?" "Oh, he is the meanest, most malodorous malcontent in all of London, if not Warrington." "OK, we won't go 197 miles to Warrington after we finished here then." "Pointless statement." It was just an illustration." I should do these in different voices. "It was just an illustration." "OK, show me what you have sketched." "What? No, I don't mean I have illustrated my point means..." Oh dear, I got caught up on the voice then. "What? No, I don't mean I have illustrated my point by means of a pictograph. I mean I'm using it as a verbal illustration to represent our parsimonious Mr. Scrooge's." "Well, that's a bit of a swindle, isn't it? Can you imagine if artists took the same practice? Welcome to my gallery, Miss Hicklesup." Well, that's an in-joke to me. "Look at my latest work, a beautiful landscape of the untamed Serengeti, highlighting the amazing wildlife thereon, such as elephants, wildebeest, and multicoloured parakeets." "It is an empty picture frame." "Ah, yes, it is a verbal illustration. Took me weeks. Yours for £1,000. Oh, you'd be locked up for fraud." Okay, right, here we go. We are at the residence of Mr. Scrooge, the meanest, most malodorous malcontent in all of London, where we are. "Have you met everyone in London?" No. So once again, it is supposition. You need to start coming up with evidence. You cannot go around just making wild pronouncements and infringements all over the place. You don't even know if Mr. Scrooge is the meanest man in his house. He might be holding... In all of his house, he might... Give me a cup of tea while you're at it, will you? Yeah. Meanest man in his house. He might be holding a convention of short-armed Scottish fart peelers in there for all you know. All right. I shall try again. Ready? So, this is the establishment of Ebenezer Scrooge, Mr. Cobblewick, and he is reputed to be the meanest, malodorous malcontent in all of London. How is that? By whom? I don't follow. Who reputes that Ebenezer Scrooge is the meanest, malodorous malcontent in all of London? And what do they base this on? Empirical evidence? Me. For the sake of sanity, let us just say it is me who makes that repute. There. Now, we are starting with all bases covered. Here is the establishment of Mr. Scrooge, and I am the one saying that he is the meanest, malodorous malcontent in all of London. Ergo, he has that reputation by repute of at least one, namely mine. Okay? Okay. Good. Do you do this much? Do what much? Go around casting aspersions on people's reputations. What do you say about me? I don't say anything about you. I would like to believe you, but it appears you have form. I assure you I do not remark upon... I assure you I do not know how to say that sentence. I assure you I do not remark... Oh my goodness me. Someone invented the word repark. Anyone got a thesaurus? If you have a thesaurus or a dictionary near you, please, I want you all to take 5 minutes, go get it, get a pen, go to the R's, write in the word repark, and then for the description, right, means exactly the same as remark. See below, or up, depending on which way you're holding the thesaurus. Speaking of thesaurus, thesaurus, hey, it was quick. As I said to the wife on the honeymoon. Okay. No, idlibs. No, you naughty man, you. Where do we get to? I think we got to page 11, halfway down. I assure you I do not remark upon you, Mr. Cobblewick. 'Tis not I who says that you are a pedantic, over-exacting, punctilious git. Not that anyone does say that, of course. And should that become parlance, say, tomorrow, again, I would not have any idea how. Now, can we get on? I would like to see my wife and child while there's still some of this day left. How old is your son? Little Dilly is 8. Or he was when we started this conversation. He might be in college by now. So, shall I knock? Did you not knock upon the previous stop? I think so. Oh, yeah. Does it make a difference? Well, I don't see why you should have all the fun. Knocking on a door is your idea of fun. I don't get invited to parties much. How are we doing for time on this? 13 minutes. I'll try and bring these in at 20 minutes each. Oh, there's a little robin sitting on the table outside the window there. I like to set the scene. Right, okay, I'll do a little bit more and then I'll keep these things short. If no other reason than I can leap away from the camera, sneeze, scratch myself, make any other kind of disgusting noise I need to, and then come back on, replete and replenished. So, Mr. Tockleworth and Mr. what was his name again? Bubblewick, that was right. What is that word? Oh, I mean, it's a very... Depair? I mean, it's a lovely looking font, but I'm darned if I can read it. Mr. Cubble... I've forgotten their names now. Mr. Tockleworth and Mr... The other two, they do something. Let's get on with it. Sighing to himself, Mr. Tockleworth moved aside, and Mr. Cobblewick thrapped a rice on the decrepit door with his cane. There was silence. Stupid cotton wool crane, groused Mr. Cobblewick, and rapped thrice upon the door with his hand. I can't remember which voice I did for each one, so if they swapped around, it's just because they're impersonating each other for the rest of the chapter. Oh, I can't find a third voice. Who is it? I don't know if it's a man or woman that sounds real, I haven't read ahead. Came a voice. It is... Oh, I see. I should have read ahead. Stupid cotton wool cane, groused Mr. Cobblewick, and rapped thrice upon the door with his hand. Who is it? Came a voice. It's us, Mr. Tockleworth, said Mr. Cobblewick. Sorry, I have short-term memory problems. Oh, how long have you had it for? How what for? Yeah, never mind. Shall we try again? Isn't it my turn to knock now? What? Well, if we are alternating, then it must be my turn to knock now. You have been the last knockee and all, but 'tis the same door. Indeed it is, but you never specified whether the alternating knocking referred to the alternation of the address or of the act of knocking. Now, if it were the address, then of course it is only fair and right that you re-knock now. However, if it is the case that the alternation is of the striking of the door surface noisily to attract attention, then you went last, and it should now be my turn. My goodness, and they say that I am a pedantic, over-exacting, punctilious git. Who does so say? I hear an aspersion. Does he have a visa? What? No, no. Do you even know what an aspersion is? Tuppence, unless you buy a stale one. Just how short is your short-term memory? Why, certainly, you take the first turning on the right, then catch the number 35 carriage. Oh, 'tis been a long day already. Please, Mr. Cubberwick, prithee, knock upon the door with my blessing. No, I'd rather use my knuckles, it's all the same to you. Good evening, friends. So saying, Mr. Cubberwick tapped on the door. The pair listened intently for any movement, and hoped it would not be bowel. Who would you be? Came a voice from inside. I would be the Duke of Cambridge. That way I would not have to work for a living, replied Mr. Toggleworth. But as it is I am Cedric Toggleworth, and I am here with my friend Mr. Cubberwick, and we would like to speak to Mr. Scrooge, if possible. Is it a financial matter? No, I talk for free. No, I mean, do you wish to see Mr. Scrooge about a financial matter? Indeed we do. We have come to ask him, this being Christmas Eve, if he would care to make a donation to provide food and heating for the poor. From inside there came the sound of someone falling off a stool and rolling around the floor in hysterics. Hello? Hello in there? Said Mr. Cubberwick. Everything all right in there? Oh, yes, thank you. Oh, yes, thank you. Best present I should get this Christmas, that was. Well, less than the wife has got a false teeth back. From the dentist on Christmas Eve? No, from the dog. They share them. Times are tough, not to mention stale mackerel. You have stale mackerel to eat this night? No, stale mackerel is the name of the dog next door, who has joint custody and visitation rights with a pair of teeth. His owner, Miss Norbracker, is not particularly adept at assigning names. See the encyclopedia if you believe me not. What section? None. Encyclopedia is her son. Her son? And what is his middle name? Britannia? No, Eric. Why would you think his middle name would be Britannia? Oh, you know, Encyclopedia Britannia. It seems a bit obvious. Not really. They're Dutch. So Britannia would be a silly name to give them. Why, and calling him Encyclopedia wasn't silly. Why does she not just go all out strange and name him, I don't know, Walthamstow train station? There's already a Walthamstow train station. Think of the mail mix-ups. And birthdays. Boy looks in the news sheet, sees an announcement. Later today, the Prince of Wales is attending the 35th anniversary celebrations of Walthamstow train station. Ma'am, you told me I was 7. Oh, no, that would not do at all. Where do we get to here? I'm so sorry. I was waiting to the end of the chapter, which isn't very far away now, Fox, before I sniffed, but I couldn't. I don't have the endurance I used to have when I was a young man. I'm just huffing now while I try and find my place on the page. Excuse me, said Mr. Toggleworth, joining in. But if the lady was compass enough to grant him the middle appellation of Eric, why did she not just call him Eric as a first name? It had already been taken. By someone in her family? No, but there are lots of Erics in London. Law of averages states that Law of averages states that there would have been a confusing incident at some point in his life. There are lots of encyclopedias in London as well. Yes, but but as a thing. Not too many people. I messed that up. So, retake, makeup. No, what's my motivation for this line? Let's see my backstory. Yes, I was a baby dolphin. I was abandoned at birth. Yes. we will use up the 32. These files only last 32 minutes, folks. So at the very best, even if I prevaricate like there's no tomorrow, this will all end in 14 minutes time. As I said on the anyway. Where do we get to? Why did she not just call him? Why did she not just call him Eric as a first name? It had already been taken by someone in her family. No, but there are lots of Erics in London. Law of Averages states that there would have been a confusing incident at some point in his life. There are lots of encyclopedias in London as well. Yes, but as a thing, not too many people called encyclopedia. Say he got a job at a library. There he is, working away, 10 minutes to home time. Mrs. Babbletwop comes in. Excuse me, I would like to book your encyclopedia out. Certainly, madam. Hey, encyclopedia, get your coat on. You're off to stay with Mrs. Babbletwop for 30 days. But I've got a Skittles match tonight. Not anymore, you haven't. Right, Mrs. Babbletwop, he's all signed up. I should just let you know, though, that he only goes up to P. Yes, so does Mrs. Oh, yes, so does Mr. Babbletwop, unfortunately. No, I accept your premise. Oh, gosh. These character interactions are very confusing. No, I accept your premise. I reject your summation. My goodness, you are a pedantic, over-exacting, punctilious git. Who does so say? I read an aspersion on the toilet wall. Look, come on in. I will call Mr. Scrooge down. I cannot wait to look on his face when you ask him for a donation. If you could wipe your feet, please, I would be grateful. There is no doormat. I know, but the friction occurring through the resistance to motion of one object moving relative to another would generate some heat. It is freezing in here, and Mr. Scrooge does not believe in turning the heating on. The Bible says that one day hell will fall upon the earth, so just wait. Oh, well, this should have been Scrooge for his voice. What voice shall I do for Scrooge? The Bible says that one day hell will fall upon the earth, so just wait, scratch it. I don't even know if it is scratch, actually. I haven't read that far ahead yet. So just wait, it will warm up eventually, he says. I tried telling my wife the same thing. That's her palm print there behind my ear. Thou hast no heat at home either, young fellow? Sometimes. When somebody uses the chamber pot, we all stand around and warm our hands over it until it cools. Okay, so that's taken us up to halfway through page 15. I'm now going to turn the camera off. And, what is that? Oh, fireworks on Christmas. When the villagers were coming round with a lighted torch. Drive the foul storytelling demon out of our village. Because you've been so nice, I've taken my glasses off to turn the camera off. So, tune in for either the next exciting episode or something else. Your choice. You've been very kind with your time. If this is the only time you ever get to watch one of my videos, I truly am very grateful.